everyone, this is your instructor Joy. Today we are going to talk about the shoulder rest. What is it? Why do we need it? Whether do we need it? And all around it. Before I continue, please subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Comment below or your questions. So this is the shoulder rest. Normally we apply like this. I mean, there are many types of shoulder rest. This particular model that I use is a model of Kun. And something like that. I'm sure you've seen it sooner or later. If you're not sure, often just sit on your left shoulder. You'll see what part goes where. Yeah, often the wider part goes where the chin rest is, and adjust the feet so they can have grips. Slide it until it goes further. What happens if I play without it? Some violinists, especially a lot of fiddlers, play without it. It is fine, and there's no law of you must use or anything like that. It has to do for your physical need. I often see in my teaching studio two extreme players. Either a violinist who like to have a shoulder rest extremely tall that fits perfect the shape, but you cannot move your violin. So you can't move your left or right. And that's how this particular type of violinists like to use it. But problem with it, not only you're going to have a neck pain from being completely stuffed up like that, but also when you play high, low string or E string on a high position, you should be able to tilt your violin one side or the other, whichever you need. But if your shoulder rest is so tall, your violin cannot be flexible, cannot be tilted in either direction. The only option you will have is you have to move everything in your bow arm, which is not impossible, but a lot of work. So, my suggestion to you is find a shoulder rest that gives a little support, a little rigid, a little firm support, so that when you tilt your violin, it doesn't get slided either way. Yeah, but also gives a little room that you can tilt your violin without getting too much neck pain. Later, I'm going to talk about how to exercise if you happen to have a neck pain. And what type of shoulder rest do I need it? There are, I believe, 30 to 50 or more different types of shoulder rest. I brought a couple of it. There are Kun that I'm using right now. I use very simple plastic, the 3-piece form. There's some beautiful wooden work, beautiful parts, nicer look. Nothing wrong with it. For the function, I don't see any difference, so I just get very basic ones. There's similar version from Chinese producers, which is just fine in my opinion. But it's something that you have to test on your body, make sure it works well. Something this was very popular when I was studying in Germany. It's called Bonmusica. So what it is, it has a little hook, and it hooks on your left shoulder. Even though this looks really fancy, and it is very expensive, in my experience, this was totally waste of money. So I want to save you that money that you might waste as well, in my opinion. Because this hook is a good idea when you're playing just in a middle position like that. But as soon as you start tilting the violin, this ends up holding you from being flexible. Again, I told you, you should be able to tilt your violin so that you can reach the G string or high string. You see? A little like that. But if you have hook like this kind of stops you from being adjusted. Yeah, so this was not a very good idea, but this was my experience. My body shape is different than yours. Everybody has a specific need, so you have to test for yourself. However, what you should be after is do not make it as tall as your neck feels completely. Leave a little room, maybe I would say 3 to 5 centimeters maximum, something like that. So that you can hold it without squeezing your shoulder too much, but still be able to tilt the violin depending on what passage, what part of violin you're playing. Some people play without shoulder rest. Is it okay? Yes and no. If you're playing rather a repertoire requires mostly the first position, then yes, it's no, I don't see any problem with it. But if you play the repertoire, or if you wish to play repertoire that goes a little higher position on G or higher position on D, then just without shoulder rest or just simple form that does not hold rigid or firm position, that may be a problem, because as you get higher, you tilt your violin, and without you wanting it, the violin gets pushed slightly in each direction. So there, the little rigid, firm shape of shoulder kind of stops it from you violin being pushed this way or this way when you go higher. So in that sense, if you are a player who want to play extremely high position, back and forth, yes, I highly recommend getting a shoulder rest. But if you want to just play repertoires that requires mostly first position, maybe a little third position but not more, then you might be okay without a shoulder rest. In general, I am for anything to make violin playing easy and comfortable. So you have to test it for yourself. Now, I'm going to talk about how to exercise your neck pain before I finish this video. A lot of violinists, including myself, has got a period of time where you have the sore neck after a long day of practicing or weeks or months of performances. This can be prevented or healed as simple as this couple of exercises. So this could be done before practicing and after practicing. So I'm going to put the violin away. The way you do is simply exercising your muscle. So you push your head one direction with your hand, but you put your head in the opposite direction. So you're working like this. Yeah? I'm not just letting my hand push this side. Not that easily. So you're doing the opposite pushing. Do you understand what I mean? Like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then relax. Do the same thing. So I'm going to push with left hand this way, and I'm going to hold my head the opposite direction so that I grow my muscle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you do the same thing with both of hands. You try to push your hand forwards while you're with hands forward, with your head backwards pushing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, same thing but with the forehead, hands pushing towards you while you're pushing your head away from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then at last, you're going to do a little of your jaw. So now you push your hand this way, try to turn your chin the opposite direction. 1, 2, it should not be too easy so that your muscle has to work. 5, and the other one, your hand hold pushing this way, your chin pushing the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Just a little physical, your neck muscle warming up. We'll do a lot of those. There's also other video that I talk about the whole body warming up before playing. Please click or check those videos as well. Happy play. Bye.